All right, welcome to chair yoga. Come forward on the edge of your chair so your back is away from the chair, so we're not leaning back. We're using these muscles between the hips and the ribs, the abdominals, to lift you up. So kind of feel the ribs trying to knit into your hips. So there's a little squeeze, a little accordion squeeze of the abdominals, but the low back remains tall. So you sit up tall, shoulders back and down, and relax. And we're going to do some activation breathing to start our class today. So this is from my own private practice, which I do for myself on a regular basis. And it consists of taking 5 small inhales without breathing out. So it sounds like this: inhale, 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 inhale. And at the end of 5 breaths, you hold the breath and lift the arms up. And then exhale, all the way empty, lean forward and drop the head and pull the belly in and hold the breath out. When you need to breathe in, you slowly sit up. Okay, so let's try 2 of those. So remember, 5 small sipping breaths in, trying to fill the lungs, hold the breath. And when I say, we let the breath go and lean forward and let everything go. And I'll make as much noise as I can so you can hear me. Inhale, 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 a little bit more. Hold the breath, lift the arms up. And then exhale. Empty completely. Hold the breath out, pull the belly in. And then slowly roll up and breathe normally. So we breathe in through the nose, those 5 sipping breaths, and then exhale through the mouth. We'll do 1 more of those. Inhale, 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 inhale once again. Hold the breath, lift the arms. Exhale, rounding the back, pulling the navel in, empty completely. Hold out. And then gently, softly roll up and breathe in. Just breathing normally. So we call that activation breath. Now, after the activation breath, just notice what it's like to breathe slowly and gently. Now, if you can, try to make a sound with your breathing. So as you breathe in and out, there's a small raspy sound at the back of the throat. Almost like the sound you make when you're trying to fog up your glasses before you wipe them. So the mouth remains closed, but you constrict the back of the throat, so it makes the breathing a little more challenging. Because it restricts the airflow. And it makes your diaphragm work a little harder. And for those who know the name of this breath, it's called the Ujjayi breath, or the ocean sounding breath. And in the beginning, if it sounds very quiet or you can't hear it at all, don't worry. It gets stronger over time. And take 5 more slow, gentle breaths in, making the Ujjayi sound. Now continue the slow breathing, and as you breathe, lift the arms up above the head, reaching up, and exhale, float the hands down like you're a big golden eagle flying in slow motion. Palms face up as you float the arms up. Palms float down or face down as you float down. Reach nice and tall. Let the breathing guide you so you move at the speed of your own breath. Now, as you lift the hands up, start to look up and lean back a little bit, coming into a little back bend. And as you exhale and flap the hands down, grab the knees and drop the head down. Pull against the knees and stretch out the low back, mid back, upper back. So you're still flapping, slow motion, lift up, look up, reach up. And as you exhale, grab the knees and round the spine, tuck the tailbone. So the whole spine is involved in each breath. The next time you inhale, look up, reach up, pause, and drop just the left hand over to the left side. Tilt to that left side, let the head tilt down, and your hand can umbrella over the head or touch the back of the head, lifting up, coming into that zombie lean. And then inhale, let the hand pick you up, raise both arms up, exhale, leaning to the other side. So hopefully you're feeling two things or more, but mainly as you lean, you feel the oblique muscles on the inside of the ribs tighten and put the brakes on. So you're strengthening them, and the obliques on the other side stretching out, opening the rib cage. And you can just flow with your breath once again. Getting some shoulder movement in. And hopefully feeling it in the neck as well as you lean to one side. And the next time you come up, pause, reaching both hands up. This time bringing the left hand behind the back, right hand crosses over the front, bringing the left shoulder back. And you want to anchor those hands. So I like to grab the waistline of my pants or the back of the chair with that left hand. Right hand grabs the opposite leg just above the knee. And that gives me anchor points so I can pull that left shoulder back more and twist more to that left side. Sit up tall. And with the breathing, just start to turn the head. So just the head will turn towards the front shoulder, the right shoulder. Inhale the head to neutral. Exhale the head to the left shoulder. And as you turn the head to the back shoulder, you can once again bring that left shoulder back further. Turning the head with each breath. Inhale the head to neutral. Release the hands gently. Take 2 or 3 recovery breaths as you come back. You can layer on the Ujjayi sound if that works for you. The Ujjayi sound can be very calming. It can help regulate the nervous system. And on the next inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, float to that right side, anchoring the hands in the opposite direction. Once the hands are anchored, sit up tall. Exhale, turning the head, just the head and neck. And as you turn the head to that back shoulder, you can bring that back shoulder more back more. So just working our way down the spine towards the hips. And the next time you come to neutral pause, release the grip. Allow yourself to slowly unwind and take 2 or 3 recovery breaths in Ujjayi or Nam. And this time, as you sit towards the front of the chair, I want you to lean back into the back of the chair and extend both legs out. Pick up the left knee and hug the left knee in towards your shoulder. And then start to turn that left knee in a circle. So your hands can, or my left hand is turning the left knee. I'm just lubricating that left hip. And turn the other direction as well. It might feel quite different to rotate in the opposite direction. And then squeezing that left knee in a little bit closer and release it. So the knee is coming towards your shoulder and then away from your shoulder, pulling it in with your hands. If you can't reach the shin, just grab the hamstring and pull on the back of the leg. Now you're going to do it without the hands. So the hands are going to grab hold of the chair and you simply tap the foot down to the ground and back up. And see if you can keep the knee open at the same angle the whole time. So you're just working the hip flexor and see if you can point the toes of that left foot. So just the toe tips touch the mat. You should start to get a burning feeling in that hip flexor as it works. Now the next time it comes up, I want you to straighten the leg out in front of you, bend and then lower. So we're getting some more fire going here. Bend, bring back, straighten like you're kicking your toes forward and down. So we're just adding the leg straightening when it's raised. My hips are starting to get a little fiery here for 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a little break here, dropping the foot, come to a seated position. Bend the right knee so both knees are bent and straighten just the left leg, toes curled back, hands on the thigh. And slide your hands forward so you're leaning over that straight left leg. Your hands might stop at the knee. They might go past the knee. They might go all the way to the foot or the ankle. Stay down as long as you like in this forward hinge. Make sure it feels good on the low back, and you might even feel it in the hamstring and the calf muscle. Slowly walk the hands up, bending the left knee. We're still on the left hip. Open the left hip out 90 degrees and then close it. So now our movement is a rotation, out and back in. If you would like to add a little resistance, push against the direction that the leg's moving. So your hand can push against the outer thigh as you open and pushes against the inner thigh as you close. So this is going to strengthen the adductors and abductors of the leg, the side thigh muscles, which helps stabilize your knee joint. Now see if you can do it with the hands in the air, so you're adding a little bit of core work here with the weight of the leg. And then see if you can step it up higher, like you're stepping over something. So you're bringing it up and over and around. Nice and high. The foot comes up high as you rotate. And so once again, you're hitting that hip flexor. For 3, 2, and 1. And resting that leg. Sit forward, lean back, pick up the right knee, extend the left leg. Just squeeze it in nice and tight, and then we'll start to rotate it. So your hands are rotating. Moving onto that other hip. So important to do strength work with the hips as well as stretch and mobility. Rotate the other way. We need strong hip flexors. We need to protect those hips as we age. So strengthening them is going to help with the bone density. That's what we need. We need those hips to bear the load of our bodies, particularly as we age. All right, so from here, I'm going to pause and drop the foot down, point the toe, and lift it up. So toe taps. You can hold the chair if you like. And try to keep the knee somewhat at the same bend the whole time. So you're not relying on the knee to straighten to touch the floor. You're really relying on that hip flexor. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up and kick. Down, up, kick, bend, down, kick, bend, down, up for 3, 2, whew. A little bit of fire here. 1, last one, kick, and down, sitting up, bending the left knee, extending right leg, toes curled back. Sit up tall as you hinge and start to slide down that thigh, going as far forward as you feel comfortable and safe, till you feel the stretch in the upper leg, the back of the upper right leg and the low back maybe. Breathing into all the sensations you're feeling here. Slowly walk the hands back up the leg, coming up right, bending that right knee. Both knees are bent. And this time we start to open to the right and back to center, that right leg. So we're just moving the hip. That right hip opens, closes. You can add resistance. Now you can start to step over something, lifting that foot up high as you open and close. You could even put a block there and lift it up over the block if that helps. It gives you something actual to step up and over. And that should start to build fire in the hip again. So that fire means your muscles are working. And these are very important muscles to stabilize the hip joint. For 3, 2, last one, and release. Woo. Let's grab the knees and start to do torso twirls. So we're simply turning the torso in a nice big circle. And hopefully you're feeling the low back is releasing a bit. Keep the joints nice and loose. Maybe turning the other direction. And then coming to stillness, open the hips a little wider so the feet, if you look at your feet, they're kind of pointing outwards and the knees are pointing in the same direction. So check that your knees line up with your toes. Often one knee will drop in and we want that knee to line up. So the knee to the ankle is perpendicular to the floor. It's not coming at an angle. Lift that right hand up into the sky. I'm going to try and reach for that right foot, maybe the right pinky toe. And then simply grip the fists closed. Really squeeze the fist closed here. And bend the elbow and drag the elbow up and past your right hip, so it's up into the air. Keep clenching like you tried to start a lawnmower, and then straighten that right arm out, lifting the fist towards the sky, and then slowly come up. Left hand. Sweep down and try to reach your pinky toe. Grip the hand nice and strongly. Make a strong fist. Close those fingers. And then pull on your lawnmower right up to the hip. And then extend that left arm so your tricep engages, left fist to the air. Meanwhile, you're still down. And then slowly come up. So we're going to do 2 more on each side. Right hand high. Reach down to that right foot, left foot. Grip strongly. We want strong hands here, strong fingers. Pull that lawnmower. Elbow comes up, straighten the arm, lift it as high as you can, and slowly push into that left leg as you come up. If you get a little lightheaded or dizzy, just pause for a few recovery breaths, and then we'll go to the other side. Reach, pull, straighten, come on up. 1 more on each side. Reach, down, pull, straighten that right arm, slowly come up. So we get nice strength here in the abdominals, which is going to protect that low back. Last one, left hand high, reach, start that lawnmower, strengthen, lengthen and strengthen that right arm and come on up. All right, so that was also a hip opener. Let's get some weight into the hips. So feet are still wide, hands are on the thighs just above the knees, and all you're doing is leaning forward like you're trying to inspect the top of the floor above your mat, and then you come back. Arms stay straight. So your body weight pushes into the thighs and back. So as you lean forward, the legs start to take up the load. Those who feel confident, the next time you lean forward, push into the thighs and see if you can lift your hips 1 centimeter off the chair, like you're really inspecting the floor in front of you. Keep your buttocks pointed backwards as you sink back into your chair safely. So you're not coming up high. You're coming down low. It's a low squat, legs wide, arms are bracing you. So your hips are taking up a supported load because the arms are bracing. Make sure that chair doesn't slide away behind you. Now you're either on the chair doing this by leaning or you're coming off. If you want to go to the next level, the next time you come off, you're going to take away the braces and bring the hands out to the side. So you've got the full load into your hips now, bending the elbows, come into your cactus arms for 3, 2, 1 to come back. Grab your chair with your hands and then slowly come back. That should have lit up your quads. Bring the hips back together. And maybe some hip circles just to relieve the tension that you generated. 2, 3, 3 the other way. So a little bit more hip opening. Left hip opens, closes, just like we did before. Right hip opens and closes. So you're alternating hips this time, not just working on one hip, you're alternating left and right hip. You can add resistance if you like that. All right, so we're going to come into a deep hip opening here. Opening that left hip out. Grab your chair with your hands and turn your whole body to face the rotated leg. So we're facing the left. Grab the back of the chair for support and nestle your left thigh onto the chair, but your right thigh is off the chair. Your right buttocks is hanging in space. Work your right foot back behind you onto the ball of the foot with the heel lifted. Right hand, right hip. So the right hip's being pushed forward as you push that right heel back. So you try to straighten the back leg and push the right hip forward so you're really feeling your hip flexor open here. You're facing to the left of your chair. Option to lift your right hand into the sky and your left if you feel stable. So we come into this runner's lunge, this lunging warrior. Now, lower the hands. Option here, we're doing some hip strengthening work here. I want you to lean a little bit forward, just a little bit, so you feel that front foot planted strongly on the ground. If it's not on the ground, put a block underneath it so you really feel that foot planted. Lean forward a little bit, push into that foot and come off the chair just a fraction so that leg takes the weight, and then slowly come back down onto the chair. So we're strengthening the legs and the hips here as we lift and lower. Lift and lower. This is really working your feet as well. Your feet are getting a good workout here. For 3. Even if you don't come off the chair, just intend to come off the chair so you can feel your legs work here. And 1. Hold the chair for stability. Gently bend the back knee. Bring that hip back. Turn to the front again, and that right leg should really feel like it's done a workout. You feel that? I always offer torso twirls in between because that helps release the low back. The low back does work quite hard in those poses. So the hips are getting a big workout today. And we will come up and open out the right hip. So the right foot grounded. And this is where we turn the torso to face that right side. And we want that left buttocks off the chair and just the right buttocks, the right leg on the chair. And make sure that front foot is stable. So it's got to be fully planted, either on the floor or on a block or on a raised surface. Start to walk that left leg behind you onto the ball of the foot. So that already is stretching the arch of the bottom foot. It's giving the toes that plantar flexion. So that back foot is getting a big workout as you do this. To give the back foot more of a workout and your hip flexor, take your left hand onto your hip and push that hip to that right side. So you're pushing that left hip forward. And that's going to add a whole lot of intensity through that extended leg behind you. Option to lift the left hand up or both hands up into your lunging warrior. Keep working that back leg. Now bringing the hands down a little bit to the chair for support. Lean forward a little bit. We're going to work the front leg by pushing through that foot and coming off the chair a little bit and down. That back foot stays up. But we're using the weight, We're bearing the load of the body into the hips and legs now. For 3, 2, and 1. Grab the chair for stability. Gently bring the hips back together to the front. And then grabbing the thighs, you can do a couple of torso twirls. And the other way. And if you've got a strap handy, I'm going to recommend you grab the strap. And let's bring it over the left foot. Lean back into the chair. Left leg is extended, toes curled back. And then we can start to floss that foot. Simply rub the bottom of the foot with your strap, stimulating the fascia. Up and down, all the way up to the ball, all the way down to the heel. And then wrap both ends of the strap around your hands and lean back, pull back on where the ball meets the arch, so you feel your calf muscle get a delicious stretch here. So if you're going to take care of the feet, you must take care of your calf muscle. A tight calf muscle is going to put a lot of tension into your feet. Gently release and we'll switch legs. Extend right, lean back into the chair, and you can floss gently up and down that foot. The rough texture of the strap usually helps. The friction helps. Work the strap up to where the ball meets the arch, and this is where we're going to pull back with a little more strength. Push out through that right heel, toes curled back. Really feel your calf muscle start to lengthen. It takes pressure off the Achilles heel, and it's a recommended physiotherapy for plantar fasciitis. And gently release the strap. Prepare for Shavasana. If you're seated on the chair, you can bring blocks under your feet. And you can lean back against the back of the chair or put a bolster at the back of the chair. So you feel like you're nice and supported by the chair now. For those people who like to do Shavasana on the mat, you can come down onto the floor, lifting your legs up onto the chair. Keep adjusting yourself until you feel support in the low back. And scan through. Let's start at the feet. Notice how your feet feel. Do they feel a little bit more awake after flossing? After the workout in Lunging Warrior, how do the toes feel? Do they feel a little more dynamic? Moving up through the ankles, lower legs to the knees. How do your joints feel? The ankles and the knees. And then from the knees to the hips, feel through that upper leg, where the upper legs join the hips. How do the hips feel? How's that connection between the femur, the upper leg bone, and the hip joint? And feel your buttocks. How does it feel? And as we climb up from the buttocks to the low back, how does the low back feel? Like your body's filling with warm, gentle fluid. Feel that fluid rise up from the low back into the belly, into the ribs. And with each inhale, you're drawing that warm fluid up higher to the chest, the upper back, under the armpits, like you're soaking in a warm bath. And that warmth floods into the shoulders, down through the arms, into the hands. How do the hands feel? Can you relax the hands a little more? If the hands and fingers start to grip, can you invite them to soften? Let that warm imaginary fluid soften the hands, soften the arms, moving up into the neck, all the way up to the back of the skull and the ears. Warm, relaxing. And every now and then let it wash over the face, relaxing the eyebrows, eyelids, nose and lips, and jaw. Take a slow, deep final inhale, lifting the arms up, reaching up, bringing the hands together above the head. Reach a little taller. And on the next exhale, let the hands slowly slide down in front of the body to the chest. Smile as you finish your practice today. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Great to see you. Namaste.